Welcome to my studio. Hello friends, welcome to my studio. It's my getaway, my edit bay, and my place to play, all wrapped up in a spare bedroom. I got my first tape recorder way back in 1968 and began a magical musical journey. This show is dedicated to the makers of homegrown music, and there's more of us than you think. This week is another fantastic songwriter from the heartland of the U.S., Chris Gray.
Rock on!
Here we go, Episode 2. Chris Gray, man, how are you?
Well, I like to tell everyone I'm doing the best I can. And I hope that's good enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, how did you first get started in music, and what was your inspiration?
I think it was peer pressure. I really wasn't encouraged much as a child to do music, and a lot of my friends were already playing in the school band through grade school and junior high and such. And then a lot of my friends played trombone, and they said, "Hey, why don't you join us in the band?" And I said, okay. So I signed myself up for band, and I came home and I said, "Mom, they put me in band." And she said, "They don't put you in band. You have to sign up for band." And I said, "Well, I'm in band, so I need an instrument." So we went down to Ernie Williamson's and we rented a trombone for a little while. But that's how we started music, playing trombone in the junior high and high school marching bands. Later went on to play trombone in the jazz band, got a music scholarship to go to college playing jazz music and such. But in the middle of all that, one of the percussionists, who was, a good friend of mine, we're all very close, he said, "Hey, my brother-in-law's got a band. We should go hear them." I said, "Oh, okay." So we ran out in the country, and there was this mobile home single wide trailer just a rocking. And we went inside and I checked out the scene. It was the loudest thing I'd ever heard, and pretty girls everywhere. And I said, "This sounds like a good idea. Let's get a band." So we borrowed instruments from everyone we could, put a few things together that we had there around the high school for drums and amps, whatever we could borrow or use. And before you knew it, we were playing clubs and dances, just making a little money and having fun with it. And that's really where we all started. And that band was called City Limits. We ran that band for in different incarnations throughout the years, about 35 years strong, running that band, and very close group of guys. I've played in a lot of bands over the years, from biker bands like Blue Wally. We had a rhythm and blues band called the Boogie Brothers. I ran with a group of guys. We used to call ourselves the Skeptics. But that's when we started doing original music, like back in the probably the mid to late 80s. I started writing songs, and we started playing those on stage. And the guys really, they just stepped up and said, "Yeah, Chris, we'll learn your song and we'll add to it what we can." And together we started doing original music. And then we went to Mountain Home, Arkansas, and recorded with Sam Ketchum. And that was a pretty good experience. We knew that time was money. So, you rehearsed the best you could and went down there, and, we got down there about 7, 8 in the evening and left at 4 in the morning, as the sun was coming up, as we were being handed our big reel tape, and our little cassette that we could take home. We just shared it with friends and such. We didn't have YouTube or the internet back then. We just kept it for ourselves. The last few years I've been playing with a group here locally, one of the local favorites in the 4-state region, called Big Smitty. The COVID routine kind of shut all that down. But my favorite thing that I've been doing lately, band-wise, is playing with my sons and my good friend Buddy Yockey from Carthage, Missouri. He's our drummer. And Sean and James, my sons, play guitar and bass. And that has really been my favorite band of anything I've ever done. I think they're all just great musicians, and the music always comes out sounding really great. And it's fun being with your kids. But again, the COVID shut that down. So, live music is it's tough to come by these days.
Did you have any influences as far as style goes or anything like that? Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I'm sure I've still got the first song I ever wrote somewhere on a cassette, and I've kept all those tapes. I keep them in a box. They say bits and pieces, and sometimes I'll go back and review those again. Maybe there's something, back there that I could rework.
What inspired you to start recording at home, and has it been helpful?
Just about everyone has a little home studio nowadays. I've worked with Cubase on my computer at home, and a buddy of mine that I've recorded this album with, Kevin Allen, we used Reaper at his home studio. I'm not much of an engineer myself. I like to let somebody else push the buttons. It just sucks the life out of the creativity of me. I said, I just want to play. Just record me. You push the buttons. I'll make the music.
Nice having it handy though.
Yeah, and now I've got what is that rig you've got there behind you?
The old Tascam.
That's what I've got now. That looks very familiar. Yep, we've got that one now, and I'm learning how to use that. So,
your process. How do you go about getting a song down, getting it started, getting it? What's your process?
Sometimes they'll just come all at once. You just feel something, like you've got something to say. And I'll sit down with the guitar, my friend the guitar, and we'll just work it out together.
When I start a project, I usually have in my head what it ought to sound like when it's done.
Yeah.
Does it always come out the same, or does it come out different, or better?
There are songs that I know what they're going to sound like in the end, what I hope they sound like in the end. Maybe I've just got a scratch guitar and a voice, but I know in my head that this is the way the drums go. There's going to be a keyboard part here. These are the harmonies. And I can't wait to get it all down. I'm very impatient because I've already heard the song finished.
Well, that brings us right around to the two selections we have today. What's the first song we're going to hear?
The first song we're going to hear is, it's kind of a postscript to my album. It's called The Devil's Curse. The Passenger List album that I did was very positive. It's kind of a traveling album. You put it on, you go hit the road. It harkens back to your family vacations, in which case mine were usually disasters. It was a nice album, lots of, love songs. I was feeling very good about life and myself, and then things happened. I started getting into my anger stage of grief, recognizing the hypocrisy and the conflict of the whole situation. And it might have some different meaning for other people, but that's where it came from for me was, what you're saying isn't right, and I don't know which way to turn.
The Devil's Curse. Let's give it a listen.
All righty.
It's in a frame, but don't mean much. You took a break like having lunch. Throughout the night, your shaky legs. I walk alone in COVID days. I'm getting lost in a thought of a way back ways. And the feeling when we tie the knot. I don't know
Dude, man, what a powerful song. I could feel the heart coming out of that song.
I sent it to a friend of mine, and Jeff Graham out of Tulsa, and he said, "Oh, you've got to put a telly, and you've got to, keep it kind of minimalistic. Don't add a lot of instruments, but definitely tremolo." And I'm like, "All righty, Jeff." So I added some tremolo, and I think he had a great idea there.
Well, it had a pounding groove, man. I love the groove. Where'd that come
That's
from?
Matt Leland on the drums. He'll keep you on your toes in the studio.
Well, the marriage of the bass track and the drum track make a fantastic foundation for that song.
Yeah, and I got out my my old Rickenbacker to give it that, nice bass tone. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, a good 4001 bass there, popping it out.
What do you hope people take away from?
If you tap your foot, clap your hands, snap your fingers, move around a little bit, that's great. Those are good feelings. If you actually listen to the lyrics, and you come away with, oh yeah, well, someone's thinking about it, that's great.
Now that takes us to the second selection we're going to hear today.
I wrote this one in 2017, and I thought I was tired then. I didn't know tired until 2020. As the title of the song says, I am tired. If you can't relate to this, you weren't here.
I am tired from doing just the best I can. I'm so tired, I can't give you what you need upon command. And if there is another mile to go, ticking fast or moving slow, I'll tell you what you need to know. I'm tired, yeah. Did I miss another holiday from working late or plane delay? I'll make it all up to you tomorrow. I am tired from trying not to mess things up. I'm so tired, I can't pour it out enough to fill your cup. When it's put all out in front of me, from time to time it's hard to see this wasn't where I thought it'd go. I'm tired, yeah. Should I double back and trace the steps of petty crimes and true regrets and make it all seem better tomorrow? Oh, I am tired of problems and the time they take. I'm so tired, I wasn't made to be the one that lifts the weight. Since there is another mile to go, on land and sea we'll roll and roll. I'm pulling over, you should know I'm tired, yeah. There's much too much in front of me, I've had enough, it's plain to see. There isn't always one more tomorrow. Oh,
I like that you kept it simple, guitar and vocal. Do you find it more difficult to make a song more listenable when you just have that many components? You just have guitar and voice.
This song is all about the lyrics. The chord structure, the song structure isn't complicated at all. It's all about understanding the lyrics. And if you take that to heart for yourself, then
Well, if somebody wanted to peruse your music, where would they find that?
we are on YouTube. We have a music channel there. It's I call it Sound Bites. It's SNDBITES. Eventually we'll get stuff out there on Spotify and some other streaming services. But for right now, I just want to give it away, see what people think, get a little attention. Who knows?
And if they like it,
If they like it, subscribe to the channel and you'll get to hear more. Share it with your friends and then everyone will hear it.
I couldn't have said it better. You know, sometimes it's just enough of if somebody hears it and likes it.
That's all we need, you know. We're not getting applause anymore out there live, so this is what we get. Thumbs ups.
And that's got to be tough too, because I know that you are one that you played out all your life.
All my life, almost every weekend since I was 15, 16 years old. Yeah, it's been a way of life for me, and I don't see stopping, you know. They'll bury me with my guitar.
Can't ask for any more. This is going to be a great show, Chris.
Thank you for doing this show. This is going to be great. We want everyone to subscribe to it and share it with your friends. It's a Friday night show. And what else are you doing on Friday nights? Come listen to us, right?
Man, thank you so much for those kind words, Chris.
Yeah. Wishing you the best.
I appreciate you being here 100%. Absolutely, buddy.
Thank you, Ray.
Well, that's it. Episode 2 is in the can. And thanks so much to everyone who joined us. If you know someone with a home studio or a songwriter that would like to be on the show, have them email us here at wtms.fridays.8pm@gmail.com. And coming up, Peter Kirch, the guy who first showed me how to make music at home. Then we might just cross the big pond, see what's going on around the world. How cool would that be? Until then, though, welcome to my studio.